To get rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at colleges has students talking tonight. On your side, Tristan Hardy is joining us live near the University of North Florida. Tristan, what are those students telling you?
Well, Anthony, students who I've talked to say diversity and inclusion is a big part of UNF's identity. To them, getting rid of certain programs is problematic, which is why Governor Ron DeSantis believes that taxpayer dollars should not be used to promote students to become political activists. That's why he is proposing that certain colleges and universities get rid of certain programs. But not.
Why would you do that, you racist dick?
Students who feel the governor is wrong.
You is wrong. You a little racist dick.
Like, they don't even try to indoctrinate us. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, I go to class and I learn, like, the material, and there's no, like, further discussion.
Because I don't hear a bunch of students talking about it, which it should be definitely more known, especially in our school and just all around, because it's, like, part of our school identity, and it would just kind of take away and, like, our safe space that we have here.
So I took the students' concerns to the governor's office, asking for a response. One student even told me that he would like the governor to hear them out so the governor can understand their perspective. As soon as we get a response, I'll let you know. We're live at the University of North Florida. I'm Tristan Hardy, First Coast News, on your side.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis, you should try listening to some of the fucking people of Florida instead of just promoting your own little racist agenda, you fucking faggot dick motherfucker. So what I would like to emphasize here is that this policy does not promote racial equality. And so this is a deep down southern state. And, you know, these southern states, you know, were epicenters of lynching and Jim Crow and racism and things like that. But there's this air of racism sometimes. I mean, it exists. You know, whenever you got a bunch of old white people, Jim Crow era type, usually they just share that good old days kind of attitude, white supremacy. And not all white people are racist. Not all white people are bad. And I'm not racist against white people. I love white people. I am racist against racism. I just don't like racist people. I don't like the idea or the concept because it separates us. It divides us. And so we cannot unite and come together. I would like white, black, yellow, brown, all of us to come together and be one. Because we are stronger together. You see, we have strength, true power in numbers if we were not divided by racism. You see, it's really rich versus poor. That is the true war. That is the true battle being fought. That is the battle, that is the fight that you don't even see. You can't even fight it because you don't see it. You see, the rich people are so fucking rich. You can't even fucking see them. You'll never, you can't even imagine the kind of, wealth that these people have. We're talking about billions and billions and billions of dollars. There's such a big gap in the racial equality between these elite rich people and everyone else. And so if you are not fucking quadruple billionaire or whatever, you're just like the rest of us. It's either rich, because they're getting rid of the middle class. So it's either, you're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor. There is not going to be a middle class anymore. They're getting rid of the middle class. And so the true war that is being waged, really, I don't even have to want to say, look at it like war, but the rich keep getting richer, the poor keep getting poorer. That means that the system is designed that way because they have policies like this that divide us, that encourage racism, that encourage division, that keep us fighting against each other. So for instance, like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, what they did is they united black people, but not just blacks. He was white people too. White people and blacks worked together with Martin Luther King. Malcolm X too toward the end. Now, why did they assassinate them? Why did they want to get rid of them? Because they had power. They were uniting the people, and they were getting too much power, because when you are not divided, you have true strength and true power in numbers. And they are afraid of that shit. They are afraid of that shit. Because you can easily take them out. Look what happened with George Floyd when he got killed. Did you see the outcome, the turnout? Unstoppable. Unfucking stoppable. That is what we are. Together. Together we are unfucking stoppable. When we come together, we form like Voltron, my nigga. When we come together, like an ant colony, like a beehive, you know what I'm saying? Unstoppable, the swarm, you know what I'm saying? So, let's just say, for instance, let me just give you, together, if we are not divided, if we work together, let me just give you an example. I got something in my eye. So my point is, together, united, we are unstoppable. Undefeatable. We're an army, like the ant colony. That is true power, true strength in numbers. And see, that's why the Illuminati or the elites, they always seek to divide or have us fighting against each other, so that we are easily conquered, so that we are easily controlled, so that we will continue to be slaves and we cannot get ahead. So, for instance, like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, these leaders, right? When they unite and we all come together for one common cause, let's just say McDonald's, right? We want to raise, right? Not Starbucks, not Burger King. So what we do at McDonald's, nobody show up for work. Nobody. Blacks, whites, the managers, let them show up. The managers can. And what you gonna do, manager? You gonna give us a raise, or you gonna make them goddamn sandwiches by your fucking self? You gonna run that goddamn store by yourself, and you can call the other stores. Ain't nobody coming, because we are united. All the employees come together and do it at all the stores. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you get shit done, working together. You know what I'm saying? If we are united, we can make a difference. We can do something together. But, one person walking out, you can't do nothing. One person walking out is not going to accomplish anything. You're just going to get fucking fired. You're going to get rolled up. Because one person, they can fire you, they can replace you, but they cannot replace all of you. And so that's what we need to do, is start working together. We are all God's children. We are all the light. We are all children of the light. You know, everything here is just light and energy. Our appearance, black, white, yellow, brown, is just a physical expression of that light. Our souls are the light, like a star. Your DNA is like a photon amplifier. But we're all just light and energy. We're all God's children. And just the appearance of the light expressed may look different, but we're all the same. We're all the same. We are all God's children. So I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. But you saw what happened with George Floyd. They seek to keep us fighting against each other with the racism, with anything. But racism is a pretty easy card to play for the rich, for the elite, to keep us fighting against each other. And just like the same thing with the gangs, like, you know, the Bloods and the Crips, you know, they started up, the Bloods were a benevolent gang, and that's what it started off. It started off as the Bloods were protecting the blacks from lynching, from getting picked on, from getting beat up and bullied, from the racism. So they formed the Blood Gang, and it was a benevolent gang. It wasn't like crooks and gangsters and robbers and drug dealers. It was a benevolent gang. It was to protect the community. And then usually what happens when you get too much power in a gang, that's when the Illuminati or the elites try to send someone in to fuck it up. And so then there becomes a power struggle. Usually the Illuminati will send someone in. They will pay another black man, like Uncle Tom, someone to come in and throw a monkey wrench in there. You know, they will pay someone to go in and disrupt, cause chaos, dissension in the ranks. And so then that's why the Crips were formed, because the Bloods started getting corrupted, fighting amongst each other. And so they were not effective anymore, or they were becoming less effective, and they had a difference in ideas of leadership. And then here comes the Crips. And now you got all these other gangs now. And it does not have the same power that it used to, because you have so many different cliques, so many different gangs. And the same thing with religion. Religion is all the same, but it's different. So many different denominations that it keeps you fighting against each other to control you. Come on, baby, you want to make a biscuit? Hold on a second. And so, you know, like the Bloods don't have the same power that they used to. It depends on where you at too. Now, like you go to New York, that's where a lot of Bloods are. You know, it depends on where you at. How deep you are, how many people you got, you know. So the more people you got, the stronger you are, you know. But if there wasn't like Vice Lords, GDs, Bloods, Crips, La Costa Nostra, Vato Loco, you know, all of these different, you know, cliques and gangs, if it was all the same thing, you'd have a lot more power. You could get a lot more accomplished. You would be unstoppable. You know, just like all these drug cartels. You know, you got all the different cartels. If they worked together and was just one fucking cartel, it'd be unstoppable. It would be unstoppable. You know, it would be like they usually take over the whole fucking country. But they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to have that much power. They're scared. Because you can literally just take over the fucking, country. You can just literally just take whatever you want. Take their money, their billions and billions of dollars or whatever. You could just, but is that not what they did in the first place? Is that not what they did in the first place? They come to America. He said, "Oh, Christopher Columbus discovered America." And they came here and they stole the land. They raped. They pillaged. They took everything from the true owners, the Native Americans. They stole everything from them. And then they create these laws and call themselves great and civilized. Oh, it's illegal to steal. We have this thing called deeds and titles, and whoever is the owner of this paper owns that land. And so, they trick with the paperwork, and they deceive, and they took and they stole the land, and killed, and now they make laws saying, oh, it's illegal to kill. You're going to jail now. Now you're a criminal. Now you are a threat to society. You are a bad person. You need to go to prison. Lock them all up. And so when you try to fight them now, or do the same thing that they did to take back your land, throw them all in jail now. They're all criminals. That's where you all belong, in prison. You see how this works? You're all going to prison simply for trying to take back what is yours. Now, you are an enemy of the state. Now you are a thug, a criminal. Take your freedom. I could go on and we'll wrap it up later. I'm just gonna wrap this one up. Try to keep it short and sweet. Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. We gotta stop fighting against each other. The racism, the different religions, the different gangs. We are all God's children. We are all soldiers in the army of the Lord. We are all the same. We are all the light. We are all children of the light. We are all God's children. We're all the same. They don't want you to see that or realize that or understand that or share that same perspective, because what? Then we would be unstoppable. Then we would be unfucking stoppable. We could actually get some shit accomplished. Working together. We can have anything we want. Anything. Anything. You want to raise, you want money, whatever you want, we can have it. Love you all. Peace. What you want, baby?